We have smartphones, smartwatches, appliances, smart appliances such as a refrigerator, oven, toaster, microwave. We have smart houses. We have cars smart cars. You know what I'm saying? It's getting to the point where now, you know, cars can drive by themselves. Look at Teslas. They're now testing out unmanned 18-wheeler trucks on the highways. Sooner than later, you won't have to drive. Everything, for as technology-wise, is getting smarter and smarter and smarter. I'm just trying to understand what happened to people elevated. What happened to the critical thinkers of the world? Because most times when I start building and talking about the truth, people are quick to fact check me based on Google. What happened to the people that did intensive research? Like they had encyclopedias. And if they didn't have the Britannica's encyclopedias, they would go to the library and do the research. It's like we don't want to think anymore. Common sense ain't common anymore. And this is crazy to me. We're doomed as a society. When you see technology being smarter than the people that created it. Everybody's going ape shit when it comes to artificial intelligence. What happened to human intelligence? Everyone is investing and focusing on artificial intelligence. What about organic human intelligence? What about investing in that? I'm just trying to understand, when exactly did we give up our intelligence? Straight up. 'Cause let me tell you something, to the average person, if they lost their phone, all those contact numbers, their mother, their father, their aunts, uncles, brothers, friends, and family, they won't remember none of them in the case of emergency. Because we rely on our cell phone so much to the point it's ridiculous. That's real talk. For the average person, if their phone got stolen or just mysteriously just broke down, that would be the end of their world. Now I know what y'all are gonna do. You know, you'll always do it. You know, when I start talking about the 90s, you say, here we go again, and the violin's gonna start playing, but it's just the truth. I remember there was a time where we didn't have smart technology. I remember when there were smart people. There were critical thinkers. There were people that had common sense. Nowadays, none of the above. None of the above. If you were to ask me, hey, yo, Langston, what do you think about technology? Has it improved people? Was it a gift or a curse? I would say it's a curse. Straight up. It hasn't improved society. It's made it worse. We've allowed technology. What we did is now we're depending on technology. It's not an option anymore. It's not a want. It's more like a necessity. We feel as though we can't do without it. Let the internet shut down and see what happens. Straight up, there'll be anarchy in the streets. That's one thing I know for a fact. Let the internet shut down. Let them stop selling cigarettes, alcohol, junk food such as potato chips, cookies, cakes, and you'll see anarchy in the streets. Straight up. Nobody gives a fuck about whether the government is taking our rights away. Nobody gives a fuck about whether people are poisoning the government or the powers that be or corporations are poisoning our foods. Nobody don't care about that. That's small talk. Let them take away our cell phones. Let them shut the internet down. Let them take away our junk food. Listen to me. Let them stop selling alcohol, tobacco and alcohol, and see just how far human beings will take it. Take it there. There'll be anarchy in the fucking streets. And that's my point. That's what you call an unintelligent person. Straight up. The shit that I be saying online in these videos, you think I don't? You think that I think that you all don't know this shit? You think that when I talk about chemtrails, like I'm saying something new? Y'all know that shit. Hydrofracking. The shit that I talk about, how the so-called powers that be, the plans that they have for us. Y'all know all of that shit. But at the end of the day, you don't give a fuck. And that's real talk. But the minute I say the Gucci store is closing, Louis Vuitton store is closing down, there'll be anarchy in the streets. That you can't buy any Chinese food on the weekends. Or it's mandatory for you to work out in the United States if you want to be a United States citizen. There'll be anarchy in the streets. Because people don't like discipline. I've learned this. At least this generation. And the ones before. People don't like being told what to do. Straight up. No matter if it's good for them. That's real talk. I've learned a valuable lesson throughout all my years on this planet. And that is, people like to be controlled. Because, watch this. It's simple. It's not complicated. I didn't have to go to school and college and become a rocket scientist to know this. It's simple. If people didn't want to be controlled, they wouldn't be controlled. They like being controlled because they don't want to be in control of their lives. In other words, they don't want to be responsible for their lives, let alone their own children. And this is the reason why we have a government to govern over us. Real talk. And now it's gotten even worse because the powers that be, they're like, yo, you know, we could just get AI to govern over them. We can get AI to police them. They're working on it as we speak. Robotic police officers. We opened up Pandora's box when we allowed technology to become smarter than man and women. And it's crazy to me. I'm not trying to be on no corny shit, but it's just the truth. Like, haven't we seen enough movies? Straight up, real talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. Haven't we seen enough movies to know where this is going? When we allow technology to be smarter than man and woman. Straight up. I just don't understand it. You know, they say on the news, you know, AI is going crazy. You know, people getting, well, one of them was Taylor Swift, and then it was another lady. There's a couple of people, you know what I'm saying? AI is, or I guess someone is making AI create these pornographic videos, you know, where they're putting faces on top of a porn star and making it look like it's them that's performing sexual acts and shit. And it's like, yo, shit is getting out of hand. But no one's stopping it. And the government is coming in and they're trying to pass laws, but it's not, it's you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is totally legal right about now. Like AI and technology has just gotten out of hand. And no one's trying to stop it. Everyone thinks that this is a good idea. Straight up. And people just want to one day wake up and just not have to worry about anything. Like they're selling us technology based on convenience. So not only you've dumbed down a society of people, but you've also sold them on convenience. Because they're lazy. People are naturally just some lazy ass motherfuckers. They'll get up and work, you know, make a couple of dollars to pay their bills and shit like that to fulfill their wants and needs. But nothing more or less than that. Straight up. Nobody don't give a fuck about self-improvement. Don't care about that. They want the easy way out. I want a fat ass, I'm gonna go get a BBL. I want big lips. I want my face to be a certain kind of way, I'm gonna get plastic surgery. So now you got people walking around just look, they look like androids and shit. They don't look like real people. Shit crazy to me. I don't feel like having children right about now, but in the later years I will. So I'm gonna get my eggs frozen. I don't feel like being a man. I want to be a woman. So I'm gonna get my penis cut off. And take testosterone blockers and estrogen boosters. Yo, where we headed, whew, it's no turning back. This is this the end? Mama always told me it was gonna happen. Wish it would have happened then. She told me maybe something, wish it would be over. Wish it would have happened then. You know how the song goes. I wanna know, I gotta know, is this the end, girl? For all you 90s, 80s and 90s people, you know that New Edition song, Is This the End? You know when New Edition sound like chipmunks. Is this the end? It is. It's over. It's over. It's over. People are wanting, they're willing, you know what I'm saying? It's piecing together slowly but surely. You see the video games? As you play a video game, your PS5 and your Xbox, whether you're live or whatever, it's all That's the metaverse. That's the artificial world. They're piecing it together slowly but surely. You're going to be able to be in an artificial world. Just like how you want it. Like you think the Matrix movie was fake? First and foremost, that was, you know, they stole that. The Matrix as well as Terminator. They stole all of that from a woman named Sophia Stewart, which was a black woman. Yo, let me tell you something. This is like off the subject, but straight up, real talk. Sophia Stewart and a woman called Henrietta Lacks. They called, what did they say about her cells? She had immortal cells. These are two black women that were influential, if I'm pronouncing that properly, in white America. Sophia Stewart changed the whole culture of Hollywood. When The Matrix came out and Terminator came out, those were monumental movies. When Henrietta Lacks, when they took her cells and started the stem cell research, that was a monumental change in white America. But you look at The Matrix and you saw how, you know, the human body was plugged up to the machines and that the Matrix was just an illusionary world. That's where we're going. Matter of fact, to be truthful with you, we don't even factually know this to be, for this right here to be real. We may just be living in the Matrix right now. But it's our fault. It's our fault. They dumbed us down and we allowed it to happen. Excuse me, let me take it back. We allowed technology to become smarter than man. So, you deserve what you get. Whether it's technological singularity, and I'm not going to tell you what that means because I've told you this 1,000 times. And if you don't know what it is, of course, you know what you're going to do. Do it. Google it. Yeah, it's the end. Or it could just be that, and I truly believe this, Mother Earth will get rid of us. And I know y'all, what y'all want to do. Y'all want to run on this whole thing of God created the floods and created all of these things and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right, man. You're not giving credit where credit is due. When Mother Earth sees her children acting up, and she just pushed the reset button. Oh, let me make it like real quick. You know what I'm saying? And sum it up. Tectonic plates start to shift in the ocean, causing tsunamis. That's where you get the floods from. Tectonic plate starts to shift on land. That's where you get earthquakes from. A couple of earthquakes around this world and tsunamis. Finito to all living species, including humans. Hey, if and when it happens, you can't blame no one but yourself. That plain and simple. So, hey, this video is not going to stop what's about to happen, and neither will you. It's going to be like what my father would say, you know, when I start talking about this type of shit. Well, what can you do? That's what you're going to say. Well, what can you do? That's how we got here in the first fucking place. That type of mentality. Well, what can you do? I guess you could sit back, smoke a blunt, drink beer, eat junk food, and watch this shit play out. And that's another thing. I keep on saying this is the end. Y'all already know it. Y'all just, right now, just so numb to the shit, like, you know, of all this shit that's happening around, in and around the world, to the point where you're like, hey, you know, what can you do it but sit there and watch it happen? And know that one day, I'm going to close my eyes for good. Yeah, I'm out.